I would not hesitate to sell these powerful Yu-Gi-Oh cards before it is too late. Today, big dog, me and Chad are going to be talking about some cards that you should be flipping right now. I mean, it's not like I don't tell you guys to buy cards before they skyrocket and get it correct. This time, it's just the inverse. Of course, big dog, if you want to see more content like this or just want to support the channel, go ahead and use my TCG player link anytime you're buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards or get your Raven Wing sleeves on the CaliEffect.com. What all the money I saved you, might as well support. Let's go ahead and jump on in. What's going on with y'all, big dog? And it is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! I hope that's your day double phenomenal. But if it isn't, don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day. With a looming ban list, the end of national season, and the Mega Tens of 2024 coming up, we're going to be talking about some cards that you should be looking to flip for all three of these circumstances. Now, before we start talking about these cards really quick, guys, I just want to say that these are my predictions. You can take this information with what as you will, but normally I'm right. And chat normally do be dropping some gems, so let's go ahead and start off by talking about the elephant in the room, SP Little Knight. It's almost like a well-known secret that SP Little Knight is one of the strongest Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the game. We also know that SP Little Knight is more than likely to be reprinted inside of the 2024's Mega Tens. I think that those are very strong reasons why you should be looking to flip your SP Little Knights, but the next more concerning thing is that the OCG did just limit the card as well. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, it is a fairly useless limit most of the time. SP Little Knight could be impacted by its limitation, though. Yo, YouTube, let me hold one of your Little Knights. I can tell you most definitely the brokies are going to be looking for SP Little Knight right now, and that is a perfect time to be able to flip them once they get announced inside of the Mega Tens, and once they start coming in circulation, you should be looking to pick those back up. They've dropped for their peak pricing potential from $120 to about the $90 range, and I don't think that they'll ever be higher than 90 ever again. But it looks like chat has some other cards that they think people should be flipping. Ultron says, I would sell Wanted. Not a bad idea. Wanteds have already dropped to about $20 a copy. Diabellstar is just as bad. She's about $30 a copy. These are some cards that I told you guys to sell before they plummet a little bit earlier, and they sure are plummeting. I think a big reason to sell these cards, especially if you do not have your invite or you don't plan on playing Snake Eyes, is because not only is the ban list looming around, but also we're at the end of national season. Snake Eyes has been one of the most dominant decks in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's also one of the most powerful. There's almost a 0% chance that this deck survives the next ban list, and it's a 0% chance that this will be the de facto #1 deck going into the next formats in the future. With original Sinful Spoils being a target to be banned, Diabellstar will tank hard, and I think that's a big reason why people are starting to get rid of their Snake Eyes cards right now. It's a very solid strategy, especially when you're looking for people that really want to win nationals. They're possibly going to pick up the deck if they don't already have it. But another card that I think you guys should sell are the Horus cards. Now, when I say the Horus cards, I mean Imseti Glory of Horus. This monster is one of the most controversial cards. It's incredibly expensive for it not being a good Yu-Gi-Oh card. I mean, statistically, there is no reason to justify this card's price. It's around $40 to $50. Selling this card right now, right before the reprints that are coming up, would be a solid idea. Imseti is the main searcher and gets the deck rolling. However, if it gets Ash, you cry. It should not be that expensive. I wholeheartedly agree. Again, like I said before, statistically, Horus is not doing enough. So it doesn't necessarily even justify the price right now. On top of that, with a looming reprint, I would 100% flip these cards. Sell Bonfires. Let's not forget about Bonfire. What's really weird is I remember when Bonfire first came out, it was a $100 card. And right now, looking at Bonfire, you're kidding me. There's no way, chat. Bonfire is not a $35 card. Hey, yo! Rest in peace to the people that paid $100 for this card. I think the reason why Bonfire was so expensive in the beginning is because it was ultra rare inside of a set that people did not think it would get reprinted in mass. Unfortunately, Bonfire was not trip printed. It was Triple Tactics Thrust. That alongside with the only competitive playable Yu-Gi-Oh deck that Bonfire can support is Snake Eyes, and players aren't too hot on Snake Eyes right now. It's also a looming ban list target. This could definitely be one of those cards that you should be flipping, but to be honest, at $35, if you paid double that price, just hold on to it. Keep in mind, guys, Bonfire is a reinforcement of the army. There can be more Pyro archetypes coming out to make this card really, really strong. So it's really 50-50. If you never plan on playing a Pyro archetype again, sure, sell it. But if you plan on hoarding cards like yours truly, hold on to it. Bonfire is simply a reinforcement of the army for previously bad types. Its price is widely inflated and doesn't deserve its current price. Not even 35? Not even 35 is crazy work. I think you forget it's the start of the year of water. I did not. There can be water pyro monsters, right? Should we sell collector's rare bonfires? You know, normally I'm 100% against selling high rarity cards, but if we get a Rarity Collection 3 announcement, sell your bonfires. Isn't oil just a cheaper version of bonfire? No, they're two totally different things. Sell gold secret rare Beatrice, Lady of the Eternals. It's ban season and Fiendsmith is around the corner. Beatrice isn't expensive, is it? Beatrice is $350. Who bought out Beatrice, guys? You guys are disgusting. You bought the worst rarity. What is wrong with you? Oh yeah, I 100% agree. Sell Beatrice. If you got those nasty ass premium gold, infinite golds, sell those and just get a Brothers of Legends ultra rare. What is wrong with you guys? That's just free money, chat. If Beatrice gets banned, well, you plus. If Beatrice doesn't get banned, well, you plus. Sometimes, chat, you look at a card and see that it's expensive because it's the first version or the highest rarity, and then you realize it don't make no sense. Go ahead and make money while you can. Another card I think you guys should be looking to flip is Bystial Dispatter. Bystial Dispatter is the last Bystial monster to not receive a reprint, and all eyes on the 2024 Megatens. It is 1000% going in there. On top of that, Dispatter is also not a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh card right now. Need more copies of Dispeter? Bro, you're sick. Red Dragon Archfiend after Battles of Legend support is gonna make Dispatter top tier. He's coping like me. Dispatter, the honorable Red Dragon Archfiend. You guys are all coping like me. I love when we can all cope together, guys. Dispatter is one of the most fair cards from back when Baron was running wild. With a reprint on the rise, it's definitely a sell this card. Oh my god. Both Crimson and Patterson think that Typhon is a sell card because it's an Age of Overlord and will probably get a reprint alongside of SP Little Knight. I personally think you could keep it and not miss it. Sometimes cards will go down in price and you genuinely don't care because you have them. I think Sky Crisis is one of those cards. Like, what is it, 20, 30 bucks right now? If anything, I'd probably double down on Sky Crisis. I think picking this card up may be even better. I think it's one of those cards that will drop down in price and then skyrocket right back up. So you gotta time it right. Castera Finra will also be hit, right? When do we tell them? When do we tell them, chat? Sell Quim, Albion, and Lulu. It's at a high point right now. Okay, so the Guiding Quim, Albion, and Lulu. I think it's okay to sell Guiding Quim. Albion Sanctifier is speculation to get banned, and it's still a decent chunk of change if set. Reprint Cartesia several times, but no Quim. You know, this one's tough because normally Konami does give us reprints of cards right before they ban them, and we have not received a reprint of Albion. Almost no doubt we're getting it in the Megatens, right? But then I don't think they ban the card, then reprint them in the Megaten. They don't do that often. So that's a tough one. On the flip side, if Branded dodges the ban list again, those cards will only go up in price. I think for the last few years, we've been proven wrong about Branded and its limitations, right? It's one of those things where it's a Bic Campbell, like the Taco Shark says. If you guys take it, you might win. But history tells us you might just lose again. You guys remember when players were talking about Labyrinth was gonna get banned? What happened there? Eradicator Epidemic Virus is still at 3, ironically. Branded needs puppet lock these days. And I think a theory can be said that if you puppet lock a gimmick puppet player, they're probably gonna cook you. I know it got released this year, but I would sell Yubel, Loving Defender, because it's not being used as much as it used to. Oh, that's a good one. I would also like to tackle on that and sell Phantom of Yubel too. There's gonna be an awkward point where Phantom of Yubel skyrockets in price, and once that happens, get rid of it. Genuinely, I think Yubel is a great deck, but if we don't get the Moon Maiden or a ban list to accommodate it, it's gonna be really tough sledding for the strategy. But that's not gonna stop players from being hyped on getting the strategy. Do you think we will get a branded lore set in a TCG? We didn't get the number set a few years ago. Probably not. Princess and Solomon Great Phoenix are good cards to sell now, I feel. El Posar, I agree with you halfway. While I don't think that Princess is a card that you should sell, I think there's almost a 0% chance that card gets hit. I think that the Solomon Great Raging Phoenix is a huge sell. We gotta understand the biggest reason why Solomon Great Raging Phoenix is so expensive right now is because of Snake Eyes. And once the Snake Eyes problem gets addressed, Raging Phoenix would only be regulated to other fire decks in Solomon Great. That would easily make the card drop down in price. If you guys remember, Solomon Great Sunlight Wolf was also a really expensive card. The Ghost Rares were almost $100. Now they're 30. I want you to think about that when considering Solomon Great Raging Phoenix. That's 100% sell on my part. Vados, I would sell because it was once over 30, now it's going down. It's almost like somebody told you to sell that card a long time ago. Berserker says, sell Apo. Lots of people want to ban. Chat, wouldn't it be messed up that Rarity Collection 1 banned Baron in Borlo, Rarity Collection 2 bans IP Masquerena and Appaloosa? That would be crazy. We all know it's gonna happen. Kamani hates the poor. Yo, what is going on, guys? The last card that I would sell right now, guys, is another incredibly risky card. I would 100% look at selling Unchained Soul Lord Yama. And there's a pretty big reason. Soul Lord Yama went from a $7 card to a $25 card, and it's all because of hype. We are moving towards a format where fiends and water are speculated to be some of the most powerful Yu-Gi-Oh strategies. But the problem with that is that Soul Lord Yama has already been printed inside of Duelist Nexus, which is scheduled inside of the Mega 10. This has made Yama skyrocket to $25, but with a possible reprint, it's probably best to flip this card and then pick it back up immediately once the price drops to a reasonable number. This is just math, economics, chat. Economics here. The Year of the Water and Fiends. Welcome to the Shadow Realm. Dark World, let's go. Oh man, I hate it here. And that's all that I have for the cards that you guys should sell before it's too late. Of course, if you agree with me or you disagree with me, let me know down below in the comment section. And also let us know about some cards that you think that we missed. Until then, check out these other videos so I can catch you on the next one.